I'm very strong. I have a lot going for myself. I am a catch. I bring the whole table. I'm not bowing down. I don't feel like, you know, you have to cater to a man and, oh, because I'm older.
Girl, what?
Why should I treat a man like he's a prize when I pay my own bills?
Okay. You can't have this you don't need a man mentality and then expect a man to want you. It's about my role as a woman. I was made
To be a helpmate.
my role to be a helpmate. You came up, he ain't no king. Y'all over here serving him.
Sweetheart, excuse me, let me finish. I wanted to know more so why I was at the bottom.
These angry, annoying, repulsive, I don't need a man, I bring this and that to the table type of women will never find a man.
Alright, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, where I learned this truth from. And I'd like to say peace and salutations unto the hopefully elect. And today I just want to go into, the clip that I featured, about these so-called strong, independent black women, because that's pretty much the mentality of, the so-called Judite women mainly, but, it's the women of the nation of Israel in general, So I'm just going to bring out a few scriptures. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying and straight to the point. The first scripture I'm going to bring out is Jeremiah chapter 31, and this is verse 22, and it says, "How long wilt thou go about, O Slakia? How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man." And yes, pretty much. And then, I didn't write anything down, so I'm just kind of, going in the spirit. So bear with me. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 13 and verse 12, and it says, "I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir." And yes, pretty much the Israelite man, an elect Israelite man in general, or in particular, he's going to make us more precious than fine gold. When I say us, the hopefully elect, because Lord willing, would be of that number, Lord willing, would be found, worthy enough to receive salvation of our Lord Yahweh Shai. But, pretty much he's going to make the elect Israelite man more precious than fine gold, because the time that we're coming in, we're entering into the time of Jacob's trouble, which, we're pretty much in the beginning stages of it, because things are starting to, ramp up more and more, things are pretty much getting harder. But it's going to come a time when, a lot of women out here, they aren't going to have any protection. They aren't going to have a hedge because, of that, that feminism, They feel like they don't need a man. They're strong, they're independent, they don't need a man. Yet, those same women are going to be the very ones that are going to need men the most, And I'm going to go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 4 and verse 1. And it says, And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. And yes, during the time of Jacob's trouble, a lot of women are going to be defenseless. A lot of women are going to get put to death, because of, the lifestyle choices, because they subscribe to feminism, because they felt like, they didn't need a man, and all these other, BS doctrines and philosophies that they subscribe to, and pretty much they're going to be left out there. But, the women that are in order, multiple women are going to take hold to one man, that one man being an elect man, of the nation of Israel, a man of the Lord. Because this Western way has pretty much, frowned upon a woman having, not a woman, a man having multiple wives, when, the sole purpose of a man having multiple wives is to nation build, because, when we were in the world, we pretty much thought having multiple wives was, strictly about, sex, but, that was off. The sole purpose of a man having multiple wives was to, build a nation, to build a legacy. And it's like, yeah. And, that's pretty much how it's going to be, during that particular time, And the number 7, is just representing completion. It could be, 100 women. It could be, who knows? However the Lord does it, but multiple women are going to take hold to one man, to protect them, to take away their reproach, Bear with me. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 32, and verse 9, and it says, rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice, ye careless daughter, Slakia. Rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease, because it's like you. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. And yes, again, that's pretty much going to be these women that didn't want to get an order, because the society pretty much caters to women, to allows women to, pretty much live, carelessly, carefree. Women, at one point in time were shamefaced, they didn't want to look a man in the eye, they had respect unto men, but now, that is the case. A woman will look a man in the eye, these women, today will actually, fight men, and that's off. Because Esau, Edom, pretty much deceived the woman, the Israelite woman, into thinking she didn't need the Israelite man, when in fact that was one of the biggest lies, that she pretty much believed, And I'm going to go to the book of Genesis, chapter 3, and verse 4, and it says, "And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die." Wait. Slacky. I'm going to start at verse 1. And it says, "Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord power had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath Yahweh said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, Yahweh hath said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die, for Yahweh doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. And the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to her eyes, that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise. She took the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and did eat. And the eyes of both of them were open, and they knew that they were naked, and they sewed fig leaves and they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons. And they heard the voice of the Lord Yahweh walking in the garden in the cool of the day, and Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord Yahweh amongst the trees of the garden. And the Lord called Adam, and the Lord Yahweh called unto Adam, and said unto him, Where art thou? And he said, I hear thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid, because I was naked, and did hid myself. And he said, Who told thee that thou wast naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded thee that thou shouldest not eat? And the man said, The woman whom thou gavest to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat. And the Lord Yahweh said unto the woman, What is it that thou hast done? And the woman said, The serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. And the Lord Yahweh said unto the serpent, Because thou hast that's pretty much, verse 13. That was pretty much it. Eve was beguiled by the serpent. Now, pretty much those that read this particular chapter from face value, it wasn't an actual tree. It was a philosophy, a doctrine that Eve pretty much subscribed to, and pretty much that covenant that she made with the serpent is pretty much happening today. you know, where she would be over the Israelite man, you know, that she pretty much would, you know, be over the man, you know. She didn't want to be in subjection, you know, she didn't want to be in order. So that's pretty much, you know, why things are the way they are, you know, not only because, you know, of Esau, Edom, but, you know, as far as the condition that the nation of Israel is in, you know, it's mainly because of Eve, you know, the woman. And it's the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 25, and I'm going to start at verse 17. And it says, the wickedness of a woman changeth her face and darkeneth her countenance like sackcloth. Her husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he heareth it, shall sigh bitterly. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. As the climbing up a sandy way is to the feet of the aged. Slakia. As the climbing up a sandy way is to the feet of the aged, so is a wife full of words to a quiet man. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire her not for pleasure. A woman, if she maintain her husband, is full of anger, impudence, and much reproach. A woman, Slakia, a wicked woman, abateth the courage, maketh an heavy countenance and a wounded heart. A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress maketh weak hands and feeble knees. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. And yes, you know, again, that's going back to that covenant that Eve made with the serpent in the garden, you know, when she pretty much took on that philosophy, you know, when she made that covenant with him, you know. And pretty much that's what's happening, you know. A lot of these women feel like they don't need men, when in fact it's false. This is pretty much the state of the so-called black woman today,
All right, ladies, how y'all feel about the brunch today? I wanted to know more so why I was at the bottom. I'm very strong. I have a lot going for myself. I am a catch. I bring the whole table. I'm not bowing down. I don't feel like, you know, you have to cater to a man and because I'm older.
Girl, what?
Why should I treat a man like he's a prize when I pay my own bills?
Okay. You can't have this you don't need a man mentality and then expect a man to want you. It's about my role as a woman. I was made
To be a helpmate.
my role to be a helpmate. You came up, he ain't no king. Y'all over here serving him.
Sweetheart, excuse me, let me finish. I wanted to know more so why I was at the bottom.
These angry, annoying, repulsive, I don't need a man, I bring this and that to the table type of women will never find a man.
No. And that's how they think, you know. This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 3 and verse 5, and it says, "For after this manner in the old time, the holy woman, Slakia, the holy women also, who trusted in Yahweh, adorned themselves, being in subjection to their own husbands." And yes, she pretty much says, she doesn't want to be in subjection. She doesn't want to be submissive to her husband, when that's what she's supposed to do, That's part of her purpose of being on the earth, And this is the book of Genesis chapter 2 and verse 18. And it says, Slakia, "And the Lord Yahweh said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him an helpmeet." And yes, so he created Eve, for Adam. He created the woman for the man. The woman was created for the man. The woman was created to serve the man, That is the woman's purpose, to pretty much help, her husband, forward his legacy, to aid him and forward in his legacy. But, as you can see, this is the state of our women today. They feel like they don't need us, but they're sadly mistaken. Because in the time of Jacob's trouble, as it says, these women, they're going to be left out there. They aren't going to have a hedge. They won't be protected in that time to come. But, those, the elect, women out there that are going to be delivered from those things, yes, they will be protected. But the 2/3 of the nation of Israel, mostly women, they're going to be put to death. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakodash. I'd like to give double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, where I learned this truth from. And I'd like to say peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect. Till the next time I say Shalom.